Hi everyone, it's me, Autistic Genius. Today we're going for a list. I'm doing a list. This is 5 ways in which you can help someone who is autistic. Just 5, there's probably a million, but I've only picked 5 because a million would be too much, wouldn't it? When communicating with someone on the spectrum, always use clear and direct language. I can't even speak clearly, so I'll be rubbish at it. You always use clear and direct language. What I mean by clear and direct language is say it as it is. Don't beat around the bush. Don't use too much information. Minimal language, clear, direct information to the person. You may feel horrible. You may feel like a caveman. You may feel horrible doing it, but you know what? It's good. It is good for them, and it helps. It's just, I find that if you over-explain something, halfway through I'll just switch off and give up, or just get very angry and frustrated. Don't explain it. Just say you got to do it. If they ask, only explain it if they ask why. Boom, and this leads amazingly onto the next one. When communicate with autistic people, give them enough time to process the information. Now, how much time do we need? Well, guess what, guys? I'm going to teach you something awesome. This is
the 8-second rule.
When you ask someone with autism a question, or just say something to them and they're kind of like this. If they don't respond after 8 seconds, re-ask the question, but wait 1 second longer, and the 8-second rule then will become
the 9-second rule.
Or you can just break down the question, so the question will then become maybe 2 questions, and they just answer in simple one-word answers, and it takes a little bit longer. It may seem frustrating, but it needs to be done. Number 3, consistent routines when possible. Now, the when possible is exceptionally important. Try to always be consistent with the way you do things and what they do, because it helps them with the days because they struggle to see outside the tunnel vision. They need the routines to keep them going. But a little change doesn't hurt anyone. It feels like it hurts. Trust me, it does feel like it hurts, but it doesn't, because change is really important. Because change happens all the time. It always happens to me. There's no point to saying that it doesn't happen. It always happens. And you need to allow change when possible, because you need to teach them what to do when things do change. But, you know, you can be in control of that as a support worker. You can allow those things to happen. Sometimes you can't. But you can allow small changes to see how they react. Because sometimes people learn, or just when people are put under a little bit of pressure, it's amazing what they do. And that's what it takes sometimes. A little bit of pressure. Anxiety, a little bit of anxiety is good for you. A little bit. Not loads. A little bit is very good for you. Because that little bit of anxiety can push you through certain situations. And if you get that going, that concept, it can push through anything. Number 4. That's 3, but 4. Oh my God, I'm tired. Independence. Now, as a support worker, you are there to support them, not do it for them. I'm sure some of you like support workers like to do things for them, but really you bloody well shouldn't. It's silly, very silly. What I mean is, you need to increase their independence in a way that's comfortable for them, that you should understand as a support worker supporting them. The reason why I say that, because any day you could be ill or decide to leave or whatever, or anything could happen. You could be in an accident on the way to work, your car might start, you can't get there. Something might happen. And the reason why I like you to increase their independence is because if you suddenly can't get there, they can cope. Support only works when you take it away. Whenever you support anything, take a building. When a builder builds something, he puts support on the building until it can support itself, and then takes the support away. It's exactly how it works with people. You support them, but eventually that support will go away. Support is never permanent. When people say, oh yeah, they need support constantly, you can't treat it as if it is permanent. You've got to treat it as if it could go away any minute, and you've got to prepare them without them knowing. It's quite manipulative, but it's nice that it can go away anytime. You've got to prepare them for it. Finally, I've mentioned this before, increase their imagination. Now, when I say increase the imagination, I don't mean creatively. I mean in an executive function sense, because executive function is huge. Talk about task initiation, organising and planning, our emotional control, our behavioural control, all these amazing things, the sudden changes and stuff like that. So we need to increase our imagination. The only way we're going to learn that is through a logical step-by-step basis. And now every time, and that's why I allow changes when possible, because when a certain change happens, you tell them what to do when that sudden change happens. Now the transferring of the skill learned in that sudden change may not work into another one for them, because it's very difficult to transfer skills for autistic. But what can happen is this: they will know what to do next time. and you won't have to tell them. And that's increasing the independence, and that's increasing their imagination. So important. If you increase their imagination as well, they'll be better at communicating, they'll be better in social situations, they may be better in sensory areas. Imagination is big. It's one of the biggest areas in the autistic spectrum that I think is just needs to be looked at more. Everyone talks about the socialising and communicating, but I think imagination is so much more important, because with imagination we can do all those things. We need to increase the imaginations and work specifically on those, especially in academics. Always teach them to ask the right questions. What questions should we be asking? Always get them teaching. Teach them to learn from everything, that whenever they do something, to walk away and think, what would I do if I did it again? Always think that, because they won't. Once it's done, it's gone. You've got to have, and that's part of the imagination area, you've got to have them asking themselves the right questions, because we'll get there. I had to do it myself growing up. That's how I learned to socialise, and it does hurt, and I don't know why I'm doing this. This is weird. Well, that's all I've got time for today. I hope it made some sense. I talk really fast, so I'm really excited about this video. I think it's really cool, and I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing week. I'll see you on the next video. Bye!